I'm stuck in my job and I feel the need to get away. Speeding down a river or sailing out over the bay. Gonna jump in my boat and go as far as I can get. Out on the water, come on, now we are gonna get wet.
G'day and welcome to On the Water for another Ripper week. This week we're going to jump on board the Antarctic Dream, a cruise ship that plies its trade down on the Antarctic continent. We'll also have a chat to Amy, who sails an 18-foot scud. But first up, we're going to go and blast your adrenaline with Thundercats up in Queensland. So strap on your life jacket and get set to get wet. G'day and welcome to the Spit, Southport, Gold Coast, Queensland. Thundercat racing, surf, power, action. It is exciting. Check it out. Thundercats, very simple. 4.1 metres long, 1.6 metre wide, rigid inflatable catamaran. It's huge, it's exciting, and this sport has got to be seen to be believed. You've got the footholds here for your co-pilot. He's got his feet locked in there, hanging onto the Jesus rope on the port side and hanging over the side to help the boat get around the buoys, and leaning forward to get the boat back on the water so that the pilot can get back on the power. And of course, down here we've got the power plant, the 50 horsepower donk. 50 horsepower donk, standard right across the fleet. As we get down here, you can change your prop. Different pitches are going to give you different acceleration and different cornering depending on the conditions. And of course, we've got the prop guard. That is there in case you get hit by a spinning propeller. You don't want to end up instant shark bait. They can reach speeds of up to 90 kilometres an hour, and if you get it wrong going over the surf, you can get up to 5 metres high. While it looks spectacular, it's not the quickest way around the course. The pilot has a lot on his hands. Too quick into the wave, you hit the top lip and you're backwards, you're upside down, you're not going anywhere. Too slow through punching through the wave, again, you're in all sorts of trouble. It takes skill and ability to be able to read the waves to get this right. The co-pilot here in the bow of the boat, either shifting his weight forward, backwards or sideways to adjust the trim of the boat, similar in the way that a sidecar rider does it on motorbikes. Got the flow-through transom. Sometimes you need to punch these boats straight into the green water, i.e. duck diving the wave. Flow-through transom gets rid of the water, back on the acceleration and out to the next break. Fuel tanks locked in and strapped down. You don't want these floating around and injuring the co-pilot or the pilot. There's only a few things you can change on these boats. One is the prop. The other two things, you can change the position of your footholds and your ropes for hand holding to suit individual competitors. Here we are, we're having a look at the hijacker. This is another inflatable area that is strapped underneath the main body of the vessel. This is going to help in the cornering, and this is the reason that you see these boats turning on a 10-cent piece. It's a pretty simple yet exciting sport. Rigid inflatable, outboard, strap down the fuel tanks, bang on a brain bucket, some goggles, a life jacket, and you're ready to race.
Till you choke, 'cause it didn't work out like you hoped. Where you drink and just sink, you capitalize out with the smoke.
John Kerisk, president of the Brisbane Coast Thundercats. Mate, it's a wicked sport.
It is, mate. It's a great sport. Yeah, plenty of action, plenty of spills. Oh, mate, it's great for the girls and the kids. Yeah, we've got a petitioned off area there, like a flagged area. We've got officials on each of the cans. We put 4 cans out to compete. Start off the beach, run a full circuit, probably 4 or 5 laps, 6 laps, just depending on the conditions.
Is there any restriction on conditions where you're not going to race these boats?
Very rarely we don't. 40 knot winds, you know, 3 metre sort of groundswell, that's the sort of thing that where you can start getting damaging equipment and damaging bodies.
Now these boats are getting up to about 5 metres in the air. That's fairly hectic from a 50 horsepower engine.
Yeah, mate, it's just the old thing. They hit the wave and they just keep going. But the idea is more time you spend in the air is the less time you're going forward. So there is a skill involved. You will see the guys when they on the footage. You will see where they actually sometimes punch through the wave, where the boat actually fills with water. They've got to, as you see, they've got to flow through transom, so the water just keeps going right through. But yeah, the idea is to not spend too much time in the air.
It's going to take a lot of strength and endurance as well.
Yes, in the surf cross, you'll see them 5 or 6 laps, and the boys will be huffing and puffing by the end of it.
This is a very, very cheap and exciting form of motorsport.
Yeah, definitely. You're looking at say 14 to 15,000 for a fully ready race outfit. Then the guys that are really serious, you know, they might get 5 or 6 props. Well, there's say $500 a prop. So yeah, it is fairly affordable when you think what you see going around in motorsport.
And it's fairly basic. Get a rigid inflatable cat, put an engine on it, a helmet and a life jacket, and pretty much you're ready to go.
Yes, that's right. Like I say, the boys that are successful, they will get out there and they'll do a lot of mileage. We have a pretty good social group as well. We might go around Stradbroke Island or Moreton Island or have a run down the inside to Tipless Tavern. But yeah, that's all part of their training.
Great for spectators. You can sit on the beach and watch you guys getting absolutely pummeled in the surf, and you don't even have to get your feet wet if you don't want.
No, that's right. It's, you know, you watch on the footage there, you'll hear the oohs and the ahs and all the rest of it and the swearing. So no, it is. It's a great sport, entertainment sport.
Righto, Kero, we've sussed out a little bit about Thundercat racing. Most important question, can I have a go?
Get into it, no problem.
How good is this? I'm about to go out with Anthony from Ducks Nuts. He's been running me through a little bit of briefing here. I want a lot more briefing, to be honest. He reckons that I've got to get my weight forward when we hit a wave. When we're going through green water, I've got to put my head on the floor, and when we're coming in, I've got to go backwards. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? If you're looking for something to do on weekends, go Thundercat racing. I'd like to thank Anthony from the Ducks Nuts. That is wicked. Skateboarding, you know where you can stick that. This thing, you get serious here. 50 horsepower, going hard, get into it.
If I stay right here, I'm gonna go berserk. Cause a bandy on the water, it